They never expected it. Shake it off. Let's make this our Christmas count. My dear, how will I do? How will I do? When you like somebody, it overflows. If you've ever applied for visa, you know how it can be when you show that Nigerian green passport. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How was your Christmas? Hope you had a good Christmas. What did you do? Fill me in. Put it down in the comment section below, okay? So in this video, I just want to share with you how I spent my Christmas, my first Christmas as a married woman. Sometimes I think about it and I'm actually shocked. Like today I was asking my husband, I was like, wait though, so I'm married, like it's almost a year, but I still like it still shocks me each time I think about it, like really think about it. It's just an interesting time for me, and also just navigating this, like just navigating marriage this year. And I know that some people will be like, this year you've been about marriage, my husband. My dear, how will I do? How will I do? When you like somebody, it overflows, okay? So I'm very grateful to God for like how things have been going with you know, being married to my husband. And anyway, let me just stop blabbing and let's get right into this video. So the very first thing is we were supposed to travel for Christmas. So if you're subscribed to my newsletters, the Chidera Peter's Dispatch, I already mentioned this in my email. So you should sign up if you're not signed up, link in the description box below. Because I usually share things that don't necessarily make it to YouTube. I had already shared this in the email that I sent out. We're supposed to travel, but my entry permit did not come out on time. And as a result, we couldn't travel. Like I had already made plans. I had already bought outfits that I was going to wear. I had already like even had content plans for things I was going to do. So we're supposed to travel to Qatar. We're supposed to travel to Qatar for Christmas, and up to the last minute before our flight, my entry permit did not come out. I'm not going to go ahead and say it's because I'm Nigerian, but then if we know these things, if you've ever applied for visa, you know how it can be when you show that Nigerian green passport. Because yeah, my husband got his own entry permit, but me, we had to pray and fast, and as God will have it, it did not come out, and I just had to accept it. Of course, I felt really bad. I felt really sad. You know, I think I cried more and then eventually I just accepted it that, okay, we're going to do Christmas here. And it just felt, for me, it was just really sad because I had made so many plans. I even have clothes here that I cannot wear because it's really cold in the UK, and then, you know, in Qatar it's hot. So I had planned for that, and unfortunately we couldn't travel, which meant we had to now like make plans for how we're going to spend Christmas. Christmas came on the 24th. What we did, first of all, I just decided to do a little bit of my family tradition from Nigeria, which is to make chinchin. So every year in my house is the only time in the year that we used to make chinchin in our house, which is on Christmas. So I decided to make chinchin, called my mom for the recipe. Don't come for me. Yes, I don't know the recipe for chinchin, even though we've been doing it for years and years and years. It never stayed in my head. So I called my mom for the recipe. She shared it with us. We made the chinchin. Regarding the taste, it tasted amazing, but it was a bit soft. Like it was soft, it wasn't crunchy. If you're Nigerian, you know what I mean. It wasn't crunchy, it was just really soft. I don't know if it's the butter or the milk that I used, but yeah. So here's a slot of us in the kitchen, you know, making the chinchin and frying it. And it actually turned out really good, as you can see on the screen. It turned out really good. So that was the first thing we did on I think it was 23rd. That was the first thing we did on 24th. What we did on 23rd was to go to the Winter Wonderland, which you've already seen or which I've already posted. So that was what we did on 24th. Then on 25th morning, the very first thing we did was to unbox our Christmas present. So we just did that. Here's a clip of it. So we both unwrapped our gifts and we're happy with what we had both received. And also one of my Christmas gifts is actually still stock, you know, with the deliveries, and there were a lot of strikes in the UK. So one of my presents or my Christmas gifts from my husband did not get delivered on time. So I'm still expecting it this week. But yeah, it was all good. We did that. Then after that, we spent a lot of time talking to family. So we called his side of the family, called my side of the family, did a lot of video calls, just calling people. And even when we spoke to his side of the family in Qatar, because they were the ones we were supposed to meet up with and spend Christmas, it kind of made us feel sad. Like when we ended the call, we both felt sad, like, oh, we're supposed to be there with them, we're supposed to be going out, you know, doing everything with our wider family. It just made us feel sad for a while, and we're like, you know what, let's shake it off. Let's make this our Christmas count. All right, when we're done with that, we decided, so you know, the Nigerian tradition, you have to cook rice. You have to cook rice. I made fried rice and then Jason handled the chicken. So he made like whole chicken baked in the oven. Me, I'm used to fried chicken on Christmas, but it was new to be having baked chicken. It didn't taste too bad, but I still prefer fried chicken. Anyway, we had baked chicken and then fried rice. That was what we made. And then for lunch or for snacking, I decided, I saw this recipe online. I can't remember her handle, but I'm going to give her due credit up here. I saw the recipe on Twitter and I'm like, you know what, let's try it. So we tried the recipe. It turned out amazing. The only thing I did not use from what she mentioned putting in malt drink, Malta Guinness drink into the recipe. I did not do that because I don't drink malt, but we used that recipe and it turned out amazing. So we made chicken nuggets, homemade chicken nuggets, which actually was a good time to bond. And then we served it with some Nando sauce and some drinks. I'm going to put a link to the recipe in the description box in case you want to try it out. It's a pretty simple recipe to do and it was actually amazing. So the other thing we did is to wear our matching pajamas. If you've seen the video of our first Christmas, we showed the matching pajamas that we got. So we just wore it that day, you know, just for the vibe. And then we spent an awful lot of time watching Christmas movies. We watched from A Noel Diary, we watched Emily in Paris, we watched, what other one did we watch? We watched a lot of movies. So we just spent a lot of time just watching movies. The last thing we did that Christmas night was to take hot chocolate. So all along I've always fantasized about when I get married or when I have my person, I would like us on Christmas. So here's the thing, let me backtrack a bit. I love Christmas. I love everything that comes with Christmas. The songs, I like them. I know when you put them on repeat for long, it becomes annoying. I like Christmas songs. I like Christmas movies. I know the endings are always predictable, but I love them. So I love everything about Christmas. When I was unmarried, I always used to imagine how I would spend Christmas with my person. And one of the things I always fantasized about was having hot chocolate and cookies and just, snuggling up on the sofa watching a movie. And I actually got to do that this Christmas. That is amazing. So on the night of Christmas, we both had hot chocolate with some chocolate chip cookies. And it was just really beautiful. For me, it was just what do you call that moment where your dream becomes a reality? I don't know what to call it, but I felt so content in that moment. And I was just so grateful to God to have gotten to this point of living out that idea in my mind. Is there any other thing I'm forgetting? Oh, I think also I forgot that on the 24th, was it on the 24th or on the 23rd? I can't remember, but I also made egusi soup because we have to be represented. I also made egusi soup with goat meat and that was a bang. That was a bomb. Oh, another thing that we did for Christmas, which I would recommend you do. So the couple that handled our premarital counseling for about 6 months, we decided to honor them this Christmas. So we sent them, they stay in Ghana, so we sent them a hamper, a really nice hamper, and they were so surprised, they were so touched by the gesture. They were so touched by the gesture, and I was just so happy that, we were able to reach them. So it's something I would advise you do. If there's anybody that has contributed to your success in one way or another, and maybe even just for marriage, if you recently got married this year, and there were people that actually contributed to building the foundation for your marriage, I'd advise that you just send them gifts, because Christmas, one of the things about Christmas as well is giving. It's better to give than to receive. Giving. So you might want to reach out to them and just honor them. I'm just really glad that it crossed our mind to do that, because it was really, really good to see their reactions. They were not expecting it. They never expected it, because it was last year that we did our counseling with them and everything. So just being able to do that really, it made me so happy. Yeah, so that's about it. And then also, what else? Our Christmas presents. So we also received Christmas presents from our wider family in Qatar, but because we're not there, it was received in absentia for us, and then we're sent images of that. That also made my day. So I'm looking forward to receiving my Christmas gifts after Christmas when everybody has come back to the UK. Yeah, so that's it. That's how I spent my first Christmas married. I hope this, put some smile on your face. And I really don't know. I just hope this makes you happy. I'm happy. I'm really happy. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Till next time. Bye bye.